myself, Dr. U.V. Chaudhary, Professor and Head, Department of Chemistry, Mahatma Phule Mahavidyalaya, Vodhuri. Today we discuss here the unit number 6, the molecular spectroscopy for the BSc final year, semester 5. Here we study the molecular spectroscopy. The spectroscopy is the branch of physical chemistry which deals with the study of various chemical reactions and the interaction of these electromagnetic radiations with matter. Means with the help of this molecular spectroscopy, we can determine the atomic structure and the structure of molecules. Spectroscopy is the techniques with the help of which we can determine the structure of unknown compound. If we want to study the structure of unknown compound, then with the help of this molecular spectroscopy, it is very easy to determine the structure of this unknown compound. Then next one. Electromagnetic. Now here we define the what is electromagnetic radiations. This electromagnetic radiation is the form of energy that is transmitted through space with a velocity is equal to the velocity of light, that is c is equal to 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Electromagnetic radiation is the combination of electric wave and magnetic wave. These are perpendicular to each other. Suppose this electromagnetic radiations consist of two waves. One is electric component. This is the electric component perpendicular to this. This is magnetic. This is electric component, and this is magnetic component. Means electromagnetic radiation consists of two waves. One is electric wave, second is magnetic wave. Whenever there is an electric wave, along with this electric wave, there must be a magnetic wave. This electromagnetic radiation transmitted through this direction of propagation. These two waves, electric component, that is electric component and magnetic component, both are perpendicular to each other. Thus, electromagnetic radiation can be considered as a simple harmonic wave propagated in space in a straight line. That is, electromagnetic radiation are spread over a range of wavelength. It consists of visible light, UV light, IR radiation, X-ray, microwave, and radio wave. Means electromagnetic radiations consist of these region: visible region, UV region, IR region, X-ray, microwave, radio wave. These are the regions of these electromagnetic radiations. This is electromagnetic wave. This is this one. This is magnetic component and this is electric component. Means this is electric component and this is magnetic component. This electric component and magnetic component both are perpendicular to each other. The electromagnetic radiations exhibit dual nature. Some phenomena like reflection of light, refraction of light, interference of light, etc. can be explained only in terms of wave characters, whereas other phenomena like black body radiation, photoelectric effect, Compton effect could be explained in terms of wave nature. However, the latter phenomena could be expressed in terms of particle natures. Now, these electromagnetic radiations have various types of characteristics. It has various characteristics. The first characteristic is that wavelength. Now, here we define what is the meaning of wavelength, frequency, wave number, and velocity. Now, first of all, we define what is wavelength. Wavelength is nothing but it is the distance between two consecutive maxima or two consecutive minima. For example, suppose this is electromagnetic radiation, this is the maxima, this is the maxima, then distance between these two is nothing but the wavelength, and this wavelength can be expressed or it is represented by a letter lambda. That is, here we define the wavelength. Wavelength is nothing but it is the distance between two consecutive maxima. These are the maxima, these are the minima. This distance is nothing but the wavelength. It is also wavelength. Or this complete wave is nothing but the wavelength. Here we define distance between two successive crusts, that is maxima, or trough, that is minima, in electromagnetic wave is defined as the wavelength. It is denoted by letter lambda. This lambda can be expressed in terms of angstrom unit, or it is also expressed in terms of meter unit. That is 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to the power 9 meter. 1 micrometer is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 6 meter. 1 millimeter is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 3 meter. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 2. That means 1 angstrom unit is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 8 centimeter. See, generally, this wavelength can be expressed in terms of angstrom unit, or centimeter, or meter. Next one. Here we define the frequency. Next definition is frequency. Frequency means the number of waves passing through a particular point in 1 second. Number of waves. Suppose if you consider any point, suppose this is any point, then number of waves. This is 1 wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave. Number of waves passing through a particular point in 1 second is called frequency. Then number of waves passing through a given point in unit time is called frequency of the radiation. It is denoted by letter Greek letter nu. Greek letter nu, or nu is equal to C upon lambda. It is also nu upon lambda, or it can also express in hertz. 1 hertz is equal to 1 cycle per second. Or here we will also define nu is equal to C upon lambda. That is, C is the velocity of light and lambda is the wavelength. Then next definition. Next one. Wave number. Here wave number is defined as the number of waves lie in between 1 centimeter length. If you consider this is 1 centimeter length, suppose we assume here this is 1 centimeter length, then number of waves, this is 1 wave, second wave, third wave. Number of waves lie in 1 centimeter length. If we consider this is 1 centimeter length, then here 1 wave, second wave, third wave. Number of waves lie in 1 centimeter length is called wave number. If there is 2 waves in this way, 1 0. This is 2 second wave, first wave, second wave. Means here there are two waves in 1 centimeter wave. Therefore, the wave number is 2. And hence here we define the wave number. Wave number means the number of waves lie in 1 centimeter length. If the two waves are there, then wave number is 2. If there are 10 waves, then wave number is 10. If there are 15 waves, then wave number is 15. In this way, here we define the wave number, and wave number can be represented by a letter nu bar, and nu bar is equal to 1 upon lambda. And therefore, its unit, the unit of wave length, units of wave number is 1 upon wavelength or wavelength inverse. Then we define the velocity. The distance traveled by the wave in 1 second is called velocity. Means here we define velocity. Distance traveled by the wave per second, that is called velocity, and this velocity can be represented by letter c, or c is equal to nu into lambda. Then we express energy. Energy, we know that energy E is equal to h nu, or h into nu means c upon lambda, or h into c into nu bar. 1 upon lambda is nu bar, and therefore energy E is equal to h c nu bar. Then here we explain it, E is equal to h into nu, or h c upon lambda, that is h c nu bar. Here h is Planck constant, lambda is the wavelength of electromagnetic radiation, and c is the velocity of light, that is 3 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 8 meter per second. Next one. On the basis of this, it is very easy to calculate the energy or wave number or frequency. These are the examples. Calculate the wave number. In centimeter inverse of the radiation of frequency 4 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 14 and 5 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 16. And therefore, here we calculate the wave number. What is the formula of wave number? That is nu bar is equal to nu upon c. Here nu is the frequency. Here frequency is 4 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 15. And c is the velocity of light. And therefore 4 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 14 divided by 3 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 10, it comes out to be 1.33 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 4 centimeter inverse. Similarly, we can calculate the wave number by taking this example, and it comes out to be 1.66 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 6 centimeters inverse. Another example, two radiations have wavelength 4000 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 10 meter and 6000 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 10 meter respectively. Calculate the energy of photon associated with each of them. Here we want to calculate the energy of photon, and therefore the formula of energy of photon E is equal to hc upon lambda, and therefore hc upon lambda, here h is the Planck constant and its value is 6.625 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 34. Here c is the velocity of light and its energy is 3 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 8 divided by wavelength lambda is wavelength is 4000 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 10, and therefore putting this value 4000 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 10, and therefore total value of this comes out to be 4.986 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 19 joules. Similarly, we can calculate the energy of photon by taking the wavelength of this, and its value comes up to be 3.312 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 19 joules. Now here we study the spectrum of electromagnetic radiations. This electromagnetic radiation or the spectrum of electromagnetic radiation consists of various regions. These are the various regions. This is electromagnetic spectrum, and this electromagnetic spectrum consists of radio wave region, microwave region, IR region, visible region, UV region, X-ray, gamma ray, and cosmic ray. This visible ray consists of 7 colors, and these colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and therefore this visible ray consists of 7 colors. Now this is electromagnetic radiation or spectrum of electromagnetic radiation. As we go from left to right, wavelength is decreases. Here the wavelength is very high. In this side, wavelength is very low. As we go from left to right, energy increases. From left to right, as we go, energy increases. This is the low energy regions. This is the high energy regions. Similarly, as we go from left to right, frequency also increases. This is the low frequency region, and this is high frequency region. And therefore, this is nothing but the spectrum of electromagnetic radiations. These are the various spectrum: radio wave, microwave, IR, visible region, UV, X-ray, gamma ray, and cosmic ray. Next. Characteristics of various spectral regions. Now here we want to study the characteristics of various spectral regions. First of all, we see what gamma region. This is gamma region. This gamma region lies between the wavelength of 1 picometer to 100 picometer. That is 0.001 nanometer to 0.1 nanometer. Gamma ray are the shortest wave emitted by atomic nuclei. Means this gamma ray are emitted from the atomic nuclei. That is, it is emitted from the nucleus of the atom, involving energy changes from 10 raised to the power 9 to 10 raised to the power 11 joules per gram. Means if one atom emitted gamma radiation, then whatever the energy changes, that energy changes is in the form of 10 raised to the power 9 to 10 raised to the power 11 joules per gram. Then next one, X-ray. This lies between 100 picometer to 10 nanometer. X-ray are emitted or absorbed by the movement of electron close to the nucleus. A relatively heavy atom involving energy changes of the order of 10,000 kilojoules. 10,000 kilojoules per mole. Means if X-ray is emitted, then the energy involved is nearly equal to 10,000 kilojoules per mole. Then ultraviolet regions. The wavelength of these regions lie in between 10 nanometer to 400 nanometers. Electronic transitions are induced by this UV radiation. Electronic transitions means when any electron can jump from lower energy level to higher energy level, then energy can be absorbed. That energy is in the form of ultraviolet region. Or if electron can transit from higher energy level to lower energy level, then energy is emitted. That energy is in the form of ultraviolet region. Then visible regions. We know that the light which we are seeing with the help of naked eye, that region we call as visible region. The sunlight coming towards Earth, that is the visible region, because this sunlight we can see with the help of naked eye. The wavelength of this region lie in between 400 nanometer to 800 nanometer. Visible light also induce electronic transitions. Means visible light can also induce electronic transitions. Means whenever there is an electronic transition from lower energy level to higher energy level, or from higher energy level to lower energy level, visible light is emitted. Then IR region, infrared region. The wavelength of this infrared region, lie in between 0.8 micrometer to 100 micrometers. This region, this IR region, again divided into three regions, that is near IR region, mid IR region, and far IR region. And the wavelength of this region lies between, that is near IR region, ranging from 0.8 to 2.5 picometer. Mid IR region ranging from 2.5 to 15 micrometers. Far IR region ranging from 15 to 100 micrometers. Then next one, microwave regions. The wavelength of this region lie in between 100 micrometer to 1 centimeter, that is 0.1 millimeter to 1 centimeter. This region corresponding to rotational transitions in a molecule. This region corresponding to rotational transitions in a molecule. Means when any molecule absorbs energy nearly equal to 0.1 electron volt, due to absorption of this much amount of energy, atoms or molecule rotated around itself. Because of this rotation, whatever the spectra is obtained, that spectra we call as rotational spectra, and whatever the transition is obtained, that transitions we call rotational transition. And this rotational transition can absorb energy from the microwave region. Then radio frequency region. The wavelength of this region lies in between 10 meter to 1 centimeter. The energy changes involved in this region arise due to reversal of spin of nucleus or electron, and is of the order of 0.001 to 10 joules per mole. Radio probe are useful in NMR spectroscopy or ESR spectroscopy. Means whenever there is a spinning of electron or spinning of the nucleus, at that time whatever the energy changes, that energy changes is from the radio frequency region. That energy is from the radio frequency region, and is of the order of 0.001 to 10 joules per mole. Next. Now this is about the various types of spectra we can study here. The spectral regions we can study. Now here we study the type of spectra. What is spectra? First of all we define what is spectra. When any radiation strike on the prism or grating, then it split up into its constituent color, its constituent frequency. This separation of color, this separation of frequency, we call as a spectra. Here we define the spectra. First of all, we define the spectra. What is spectra? When any radiation, it may be sunlight, it may be electromagnetic radiation, strike on the prism or grating, then it split up into its constituent color. This array of color we call as the spectra. This spectra, rainbow is the one of the example of spectra. This spectra have various types, and therefore we study here the type of spectra. These spectra are of two types. One is emission spectra, second is absorption spectra. Now, what is meant by emission spectra? What is meant by emission spectra? Suppose this is any prism. This is any prism. This is incident ray of light. Incident ray of light. This ray of light is incident on the prism. After incident, it separated into its constituent color. This array of color, we call as a spectra. This is the spectra. Means when any light radiations strike on the prism or grating, then it color is separated. It separates into its constituent color. This array of color is called as a spectra. Now, this is spectra. If this spectra we directly examine under spectroscope, then whatever the spectra you obtain, that spectra we call as emission spectra. If beam of light pass through prism or grating, then it split up into its constituent color. Here this color is obtained. This separation of color is obtained. Here this spectra is obtained. This spectra we directly examine with the help of some detector, then that spectra we call as a emission spectra. These emission spectra are of various types. One is continuous spectra, second is discontinuous spectra. Now this is spectrum. This is color, different colors. This is different colors. This is different colors. Suppose these are the various colors. These are the various regions of the color. If this color mix into the another, there is no separation. One color is mixed into the another, second color is mixed into the another. There is no separation of color. That spectra we call as a continuous spectra. Means one color is mixed into the another. That type of spectra is called continuous spectra. Now, what is the discontinuous spectra? Suppose this is the spectra. And this spectra is in the form of this. One color is different. One color is separated from the another color. Second color is separated from the third color. There is a separation of color. This color is identified separately. That type of spectra we call as a discontinuous spectra. Here first of all we define emission spectra. These emission spectra are of two types: continuous spectra, discontinuous spectra. If one color is mixed into the another, there is no separation of color, then that type of spectra we call as continuous spectra. What is discontinuous spectra? If these colors are separated each other, there is distinguished in the color or wavelength. One wavelength is not mixed into the another. That type of spectra we call as discontinuous spectra. This discontinuous spectra is again divided into two types. One is line spectra, second is band spectra. If such type of lines we get, then it is called line spectra. Generally, monoatomic gas or atom give this line spectra. And band spectra means if suppose there is no separation of, we get such type of bands, on the band, second. One color is mixed into the other, one wavelength is mixed into the another. These are the bands. This is bands. This is bands. If we observe under high resolution microscope, its band spectra consist of different types of again a line spectra. In this way, here we will find the discontinuous spectra or line spectra and band spectra. Then absorption spectra. Suppose this is a ray of incident ray. This is in prism. This is prism. When this monochromatic beam of light pass through prism or grating, then it separated into separate color. Okay. Here we get a spectra. This is spectra. This is spectra. This is beam of light. Beam of light. Incident beam of light. This beam of light we can pass through prism or grating. When this beam of light pass through prism or grating, it separated into its constituent color. This color we get a spectra. Now this spectra we can pass through some absorbing media. Suppose this is absorbing media. This is absorbing media. And whatever some of the color is absorbed here, and remaining color is transmitted. And here we get some new spectra, and that spectra we can detect it with the help of some detector. This is a beam of light. This beam of light passes through prism or grating. It gives spectra. Then this spectra we can pass through some absorbing material. We can pass through spectra from the absorbing material. What happens? It contains different colors. It contains different wavelength. Out of this wavelength, some of the wavelength is absorbed. Some of the color is absorbed here. This solution absorbs some of the colors, and remaining is transmitted. This transmitted light give some spectra. That spectra we can detect with the help of some detector, and it gives some. It gives the absorption spectra. That spectra we call it absorption spectra. Then these absorption spectra are again divided into continuous spectra and discontinuous spectra. Again, if there is a continuous, one color is mixed into the another, then there is no separation of color. That spectra we call it continuous spectra. Discontinuous spectra means one of the color is separate into some another color. One of the wavelength is separated from the other wavelength. That spectra we call that discontinuous spectra. That discontinuous spectra is again two types: line spectra and band spectra. And this is emission spectrum. As earlier I explained, this type of spectrum will be obtained when light coming after passing through prism or grating. He examined directly under spectroscope. Emission spectrum is further classified according to its appearance, like a continuous, line and band spectrum. Then this is continuous spectrum. This type of spectrum is obtained whenever matter is in bulk or heated. For example, hot filament, hot iron, hot charcoal give a continuous spectrum. Means one color is mixed into the another. One of the wavelength is mixed into the another wavelength. That type of spectrum we call as continuous spectrum. Then line spectrum. Line spectrum means one color is separated from the another color. One of the wavelength is separated from the another wavelength. That is called line spectra. And this line spectra is given by monoatomic. Line spectrum is obtained from the light sources like mercury, monoatomic element, sodium, neon discharge tube. It gives the line spectrum. Then band spectrum. As already explained, band spectrum means if there is a group of lines, one of the line is mixed into the another. There is a group of line, there is a group of color. That type of spectrum we call as band spectrum. This type of spectrum arises when emitter is in the form of molecular state. This is most important. This type of spectrum arises when emitter is in the molecular state. It consists of luminous band separated by dark space. When the band is observed under high resolution power, it is observed that each band is composed of large number of very fine lines, as earlier explained here. Then again, absorption spectrum. When the light from the source emitting a continuous spectrum is first passed through absorbing substance and then observed through a spectroscope. It is observed that certain color or wavelength are missing, which leave a dark line or band at their places. The absorbed spectrum is called absorption spectrum, which is depends on the nature of the absorbing material. The absorption spectra are available three types, that is continuous spectrum and discontinuous spectrum. Discontinuous spectrum is again two types, line spectrum and band spectrum. Now continuous spectrum, this type of spectrum arises when the absorbing material absorbs continuous range of wavelength. For example, red glass absorbs all color except red color, and hence continuous spectrum, continuous absorption spectrum will be obtained. Then line absorption spectrum. In this type, sharp dark lines will be observed when absorbing substance is in the vapor or gas phase. The spectrum obtained from the sun gives absorption light corresponding to vapor of different elements which are supposed to be present on the surface of sun. Then band spectrum, band absorption spectrum. When the absorption spectrum is in the form of dark band, this is known as band absorption spectrum. For example, aqueous solution of KMnO4, this is the most important. Aqueous solution of KMnO4 gives high absorption band in the green region. Okay. Next one. In this video, here we define, here we explain the various types of spectra, that is emission spectra, absorption spectra. These emission spectra are of two types, continuous spectra and discontinuous spectra. Again, absorption spectra is continuous spectra and discontinuous spectra. And discontinuous spectra is again divided into two types, line spectra and band spectra. In this way, today we discuss here up to this. Remaining part we will take in the next period, next lecture. Thank you very much.